They don't want you to fix your leak. They want to finance your panic. If you've ever called a plumbing company because of an emergency, paid a ridiculously low $29 dispatch fee, and within 20 minutes found yourself staring at a $5,000 estimate for a brand new water heater you didn't think you needed, you weren't dealing with a plumber. You were dealing with a highly trained, predatory salesman wearing a blue collar. The residential plumbing service industry has been quietly bought out by massive private equity firms. Their goal isn't to maintain your home, it's to extract maximum revenue from your zip code. Today, I'm breaking the industry code of silence. I'm going to hand you the exact playbook that these corporate giants use against you. And by the end of this video, I will give you the 3-question kill switch that will instantly expose a scam artist in your living room. But first, you need the absolute baseline of how to protect yourself when hiring a plumbing company, a plumbing service. Homeowners must separate diagnostic fees from repair costs. Always demand a flat rate, itemized estimate in writing before any work begins. A reputable service plumber will never use high-pressure sales tactics to force immediate water heater or sewer line replacements without providing video evidence and offering time for a second opinion. Now, I literally remember us getting a call one day about another plumbing company that had gone to a house, and the guy literally walked up, turned the gas off because somebody told the lady she had a gas leak in her attic. This guy walks up, says, "Look, I've turned off your gas. It's going to cost you $10,000 to get it back on. I need you to sign this paper." And she's like, "Wait a minute. I need to know what's going on." He kept saying, "No, you've got to sign this or your gas is not getting turned back on." Now, that is high pressure. She was smart enough to say, wait. It's funny because when she called our office, she says, "Look, I was cussing and then I was praying and I got on the computer and found y'all." So we were able to get out there. Under $1,000, she had 3 leaks in her attic. The AC guy had told her, "Hey, I smell gas in your attic. You may want to get it checked." Luckily, she called a plumbing company and we were able to take care of her. Don't let these high pressure tactics get you. I know the exact feeling you have when the water won't stop. The sheer blinding anxiety. It's 8 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Your ceiling is bubbling and your sanctuary is being destroyed minute by minute. Now, in that moment of absolute vulnerability, you don't care what it costs. You just want the nightmare to end, and you want it to end quick. You want a hero to walk through your front door and make sure that your home is safe again. And the massive plumbing corporations, they know this. They weaponize your stress. They train their dispatchers to sound like paramedics, and they train their technicians to act like saviors. But true safety doesn't come from blindly trusting the logo on a shiny van. True safety comes from understanding the game that you're unknowingly playing. Let's break down the hidden mechanics of a modern service call. You see an ad for a $29 dispatch fee or a $49 drain cleaning. Logically, you think, man, this is a bargain. Mathematically, it's a Trojan horse. It costs a legitimate plumbing company anywhere from $150 to $250 just to get a fully stocked, insured, and licensed plumber to your driveway. The fuel, the insurance, the hourly wage of the technician, the apprentice. If they're only charging you $29, they're operating at a massive initial loss. Now, why would they do that? Because they aren't selling a service. They are buying an opportunity. Once inside your house, the technician operating under a metric called the average ticket. Now, many of those technicians are paid on a performance matrix. And what that means is they are receiving a lower hourly base rate, if any, but a high commission percentage on what they sell you. If they fix your running toilet for $150, they make $15, $30, something like that. But if they convince you that the calcium buildup in the tank means that your entire home's water pressure is compromised and you need a $6,000 whole house water filtration system and a repipe, they make their mortgage payment off you. Now, look, I'm not saying anything against a whole house water filter. I have one. I love it. If you've ever watched my son over on the Trade Talks YouTube channel, you've heard him say, look, I shower in bottled water. That's what it's like. I have nothing against them, but get it because you want it, not because someone is hardcore selling it to you. Okay, you have to analyze their behavior the second they step through the door. Did they bring in their tools or did they bring in an iPad? A real tradesman's first instinct is diagnosis and isolation. Shut off the valve, stop the bleeding, isolate the failure point. A sales tech's first instinct is to walk through. They will ask to see your water heater. They will ask the age of your home. I used to have a plumber that I knew very well, tried to hire him at one point, and he says, well, when I walk up to a house that has a bad water heater, first thing I say is, well, show me your water filter first. Let's start there. And if they say, well, we don't have a water filter, he says, oh, that's probably what caused this problem. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the water heater. The sales guy will ask the age of your home. He's already trying to figure out how long things have been in here. How long has it been since you replaced this? Or is it time now? Do I just go straight for the sale? They're actively hunting for liabilities to build a massive multi-tiered estimate. They're trying to offer you three options: the Band-Aid, the standard, and the premium. They psychologically anchor you with a $10,000 premium option, so the $3,000 standard option feels like a relief. Now, this is an absolute insult to the craft. A master plumber earns his license through thousands of hours of sweat, blood, and geometry in the trenches. Now, we exist to build systems that protect the health of the nation, not to act as glorified used car salesmen pushing unnecessary finance plans on the elderly. I remember one day I had two plumbers. I had a manager and a plumber, and I heard them high-fiving each other in the back office. And then my wife at the time walks in the office and shuts the door. She says, I want to throw up. I said, how come? He says, well, Roger, they just sold a $100,000 job. This lady's having to take money out of her savings to pay for it. And they're all excited about it. And she says, I don't know what to do. And I went and looked through the estimate, looked at the pictures. The lady needed it, but they're all excited about it. Me, that breaks my heart. Watch the finance plans. If you can't afford it, maybe you can't afford it. Now, is financing great? If you need a new water heater and you don't have the money, absolutely. There's lots of ways to go about it. Giving the best service is really what it's all about. If a pipe is leaking, you fix the pipe. You cut out the compromised copper, you clean the fittings, you apply the flux, and you sweat a perfect lifelong joint. You do not use a single pinhole leak as an excuse to condemn a homeowner's entire system. We fix things. That's the job. If a technician tells you we don't do repairs, we only do replacements, you're speaking to the corporate script. That's exactly what they're telling you. You're not talking to a true tradesman. Don't compromise your standards by accepting their lies. You throw them out of your house. Ask them to leave. Look, I've done it. I had a garage door company walk in, and we walked through my house and walked through the garage, and I went to the end where the cable head came off the deal. And I turned back around, and he's standing right in the middle like this, staring up at the spring on the door. And I'm looking at him. I said, well, hey, the problem's over here. He said, yeah. He said, you see the rust on that spring? I said, yes, sir. He said, this spring is going to bust. He said, I don't feel safe even opening your door right now. This thing is going to bust, and it's going to be dangerous. I said, wow, you can tell that by looking at it. He said, yeah. I said, okay. He said, but you're lucky. He said, this is the second largest spring made for residential homes, and I have one in my truck. I said, wow, that's good. How much is it? He said, $800. I said, okay. I'd already been quoted $129. Well, then I showed him the problem over here. He said, okay. He said, to fix this is this. And that was about $300. So now I'm up to $1,100. And he said, oh, and the service fee of $129. I said, do me a favor. I said, leave my house. And he said, excuse me? I said, I need you to get out of my house now. And he said, well, I will after you pay me the $129. I said, no. I was told $129 to come fix it. You hadn't done anything. I want you to leave. And if I have to ask you again, I'm in Texas, y'all remember that, I'm going to go grab my Glock, and me and you are going to be good friends because I'm going to give you some lead. Throw them out of your house. He ended up leaving, but he wasn't very happy. The defense against this is data. You must demand transparency in the pricing structure. There are two primary pricing models in the service plumbing. There's time and materials, T&M, and then flat rate pricing, upfront pricing, anything at all like that. Now, T&M means you pay the hourly rate of a plumber plus the exact cost of the parts. Now, don't get me wrong, they're going to mark them up, but they went to get them. They should be able to. Plus, that markup, it's what keeps them alive. Now, flat rate means they use a pricing book that averages the time and parts for a specific task. Both are legitimate. But flat rate, that's where scammers can hide a lot of the margins. If a company uses flat rate, you must demand an itemized breakdown. Now, unfortunately in Texas, if they break that down, now they got to charge you tax on it. I always like to ask, well, what is the cost of the parts? What is the labor rate? If they refuse to break their number down and can only give you vague task code for $1,200, they're probably hiding a 400% markup. Now, is flat rate good? It is if it's done right. If you're not jacking up the price so much that you're just confusing people where they don't know what you charge, that's what they want you to know. Now for the payoff. I told you I would give you the ultimate weapon to protect yourself. You're standing in your kitchen. The technician has just handed you an iPad with a terrifying explanation of why your entire sewer line needs to be replaced by tomorrow morning, or your house will be flooded with waste. He tells you if you sign today, he can waive the dispatch fee. Remember that $29 that we talked about? You look him dead in the eye and you deploy the 3-question kill switch. Question number 1, are you paid hourly or are you paid on commission based on my ticket? Question number 2, before I approve any replacement, I need to see the mechanical failure. Show me the exact code violation or show me the camera footage of the cracked pipe. If they rely on words like might, could, eventually, they don't have any proof. They're guessing with your money. And then question number 3, I'm going to get a second opinion from a local family-owned company. If your diagnosis is accurate, I will call you back. What is my total for your diagnostic time today? And truthfully, they should have given you a diagnosis fee up front, so you should already know this. Now, a real plumber, they're going to respect you. If you trust this plumber, and look, I've met some amazing plumbers out there. I've met plumbers that, I would trust walking into my house with me not there. But a real plumber's going to respect you for asking questions. They're going to think, look, you're an educated buyer. There's nothing wrong with that. They'll pack up their tools. They'll hand you the bill for their time today, and they'll leave confidently knowing that their diagnosis was correct. A sales tech, he's going to panic. They'll suddenly offer you, well, look, I can give you I just got a phone with my manager. I can give you a manager's discount. I'll give you 5% off if you'll sign this right now. Or they'll tell you, well, this price is only good till I walk out the door. That's not a price. That's not an estimate. That's a BS section. The moment they drop the price, just because you tried to walk away, you know that the first price was a lie. You are no longer a victim. You now possess the psychological leverage that 99% of homeowners lack. You understand the corporate trap. You see the mechanics of the sale. You are an elite property owner who demands transparency, respects the true craft, and refuses to be intimidated by your own home. But this industry is constantly evolving its tactics. The scams, they're getting more sophisticated, and the regulations are changing. Protecting your sanctuary requires relentless vigilance. If you're the type of homeowner who refuses to be kept in the dark, who commands respect from the contractors they hire, and who insists on uncompromised truth, then you know exactly where you belong. Align yourself with this standard. Lock in your access by clicking below. Hit the subscribe button and ensure this intelligence remains a permanent part of your arsenal. Fortify your home. I'm Roger Wakefield, Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. I'll see you in the next video.